Welcome to my show. Today, I am, as you can see, I'm doing a little painting while we talk because I just thought it would be fun to do something while I'm here because the boys get to talk with each other and joke around with each other and have a lot of fun with that. And there's a big old bug on the screen right here. And they are so right. It is insanely infectious to be able to look right at yourself on this screen. It's crazy. So today I'm talking about overcoming hate. And the only way to overcome hate is with love. And it is very hard to do. I have some notes on here that are going to help me guide through it. But this is kind of my life's work, my life's passion. It's what I do every day. It's what our nonprofit does every day. And I know how hard it is. It's taken me a long time to get to a point in my life where I absolutely love who I am. I am more in love with my husband today than I was yesterday. I'm more in love with my daughter. I'm more in love with myself. I'm more in love with God than I've ever been. And a lot of that has to do with being willing to overlook all the negativity in this world and continue to love when people are being hateful and mean. And am I saying I'm perfect and I know exactly how to do it? No, every day is a struggle. There are days when people bring me to my knees with how angry and hateful they can be. I've had a few of those days lately. It's hard when you have especially when you have people in this world who don't know you or haven't invested the time to get to know you and decided that you have to be the perfect version of what they want you to be. You have to be this way and not that way. And because you don't have the same interests or the same political views or the same ways of handling things, then you're all of a sudden someone that they dislike, and they find it that it's okay to hammer that into you and to make you feel less than. And that's not okay. And I know I have days when that's happening to me, and I know my family, we've put ourselves out there a lot in our service in the community, in Joel being a councilman, and myself running this nonprofit, and also not being shy about what we think needs to be happening in our town. And we put ourselves out there so people can say, I guess we open ourselves up for that backlash. But my thing, the hardest thing for me, is knowing that my intentions are good. I have no intent to hurt anyone, yet people are so willing to just be hateful and awful back. And so there are ways to get over that. There are ways to move forward, and I think I would love to see a lot more people willing to overlook everybody's flaws and look at the goodness in people. So I was doing a little research today, and it's funny because when I was doing my research, I found this kind of like this checklist of things to do to be more loving and less hateful. And the funny thing is, there's 10 of them, and every single one of them are things that I've been preaching for the past year to people that I come in contact with, or things that I'm saying online to people. I did start, as we started to get more known in town, I did start by defending myself, constantly defending myself, going out there and saying, you're wrong. I'm not this person. I'm not part of a militia, and I'm not hateful just because you might have a different view. I pretty much think all humans are good until you prove me wrong. And I kept trying to defend myself. I kept trying to find ways to get them to listen. And I realized that the more I defended myself, the more they hated me, or they threw negative energy at me. And so I started going through this checklist, and it came from a lot of prayer and a lot of discussion with my husband, who is he's got some quirks about him, but one of my favorite quirks, favorite and least favorite at the same time, is that he is able to shut off sometimes and be able to look at something very logically and not emotionally. And he has really taught me how to step outside of the emotion and look at the actual situation and be okay with not being liked. And that is very hard for somebody with the the personality I have. So I thought I'd go through some of these things and then maybe talk about how my experience has been doing these things. And also, I just wanted to give you guys a couple verses first, because they're verses that I live by. Um, and yes, I am a Christian woman. That doesn't mean necessarily my nonprofit is a Christian nonprofit. Just because I'm the president now doesn't mean I will be later. But my family is Christian, and I myself am a Christian woman, and I truly believe in these principles. So this is Romans 12 verses 9 through 21, and I'm just going to read it, and then we'll move on and I'll talk. I hate having to read stuff, but I thought this was really important, so I wanted to make sure you guys heard this. Love must be sincere. Hate what is evil. Cling to what is good. Be devoted to one another in love. Honor one another above yourselves. Never be lacking in zeal, but keep your spiritual fervor, serving the Lord. Be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, faithful in prayer. Share with the Lord's people who are in need. Practice hospitality. Bless those who persecute you. Bless and do not curse. Rejoice with those who rejoice. Mourn with those who mourn. Live in harmony with one another. Do not be proud, but be willing to associate with people of low position. Do not be conceited. Do not repay anyone evil for evil. Be careful to do what is right in the eyes of everyone. If it is possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everyone. Do not take revenge, my dear friends, but leave room for God's wrath. For it is written, "It is mine to avenge, and I will repay," says the Lord. On the contrary, if your enemy is hungry, feed him. If he is thirsty, give him something to drink. In doing this, you will heap burning coals on his head. Do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good. And my biggest points in that is that it's God will take care of it, you guys. Like, seriously, I, for one, right now am having a lot of people that don't even know me saying things about me that are very untrue. There's a lot of rumors going around, to the point where I've had some people that should know me believing these rumors. And and it hurts, and it's hard to not get angry at them and be mad at them and hateful towards them. But instead, I'm choosing to pray about it, and I'm choosing to ask for my words to be correct, and to, it's okay to say, hey, that's not true about me, but don't dwell on it, because I can't. There's no way. And you know what? There's nothing I can do to change anyone's mind. I cannot change what somebody thinks of me, but I can change how I let them treat me. And I really believe by continuing to be there with an open heart and continuing to love through it, we can really overcome a lot. And that's kind of what I live by. And I really think I think this is an important topic today, because I think there's a lot of negativity and hate in this world. There's a lot of crap going on. Even in our small town, there's so much hate. And a lot of it stems from insecurity, people not liking themselves. They're miserable, so they want you to be miserable. And it's just hard. It's hard because it's really hard. We're humans. We want to defend ourselves. We want to fight back. We want to be angry. We want to be upset. We're scared because there's all these things going on in the world that are scary. But I can tell you that once I started down this path about a year ago and been working really hard on it, I am freer, and I am happier, and I am more confident in myself and my family and what we are doing than I ever have been. And it started by praying and accepting that God asked me to do something, even though I didn't know I could do it and I didn't think I could. And I said yes. And I've been working towards that ever since. So here's a few steps to overcome hate with love. You can start by having compassion. Be compassionate with people. Stop living in your head and thinking about how something's affecting you, or you're suffering, or what you're going through, or your troubles, and try to put yourselves in the position of those that may be mean to you or horrible to you, or maybe outside of your friend group, and are firing shots at you. Try to put yourself in their position. Try to think of where they're at and try to have compassion for that. And when you put yourself in someone else's shoes and you understand how they're hurting, you can have your heart kind of opens up and it softens, and you're able to start loving them instead of hating them. And loving them doesn't mean that you have to be with them every day or hang out with them or even enjoy them personally. You can love by just being quiet and letting them burn out with their negative crap, and being there in case they need something, or if you could do something to help them. Like with our nonprofit, we have several people that have come to us that in the past would talk tons of smack about us online or to other people, and when they're in need, you know what we do? We say, okay, what do you need? We'll take care of it. And it's not because I always want to. It's because that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to take care of people. We're put here on this earth to help one another. And if we all did that, and we didn't let the media decide what we do, we didn't let fear decide how we behave, we didn't let our own insecurities or our own troubles decide how we treat each other, and we just chose to love and chose to be there, it would be a complete turnaround of this world. It would be incredible. Another way to what am I painting? I'm painting something that says, love one another as I have loved you. And on one side, it's my Thanksgiving sign. I'm sure you guys have seen it. It says, gather here with grateful hearts. And on this side, it'll be something else. And I figured it was pretty perfect for what I'm talking about today. And yes, Joel said there's a giant fly back there. It was up here before. So ha 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 ha. Somebody said, when you have God in your heart and you surrender to Him, even if uncomfortable, He will lead you and give you the tools to overcome. Never be afraid to say, okay, Lord, use me to your will and help me understand what you want me to do, and persevere and keep the strength and courage to do so. Exactly what I'm saying. Exactly. If you can step out in faith, and if you don't believe in God, talk to me sometime. I'd love to talk to you about that. If you don't believe in God, try to step out in faith in some other way. Believe that you're here for a purpose. You're here to love, and when you love, the hate crap goes away, and you really do. I mean, you feel so much better every day. You feel better about yourself. You feel better about what you're doing, and it's an incredible change. I can tell you that. It's an incredible change. Some other things. So have compassion, right? Another thing is, I am not doing, okay. Another thing would be, stop being so judgmental. Okay, so the more you judge people negatively, the more you hate them. So stop doing it. None of us like to be judged. I sure as heck don't. I really don't like my flaws pointed out. I don't like to be told that somebody thinks that I'm, stupid, or talk too much about a certain subject, or I'm too hyper or too happy. I've been told I'm too happy, which is really weird. Stop judging people. If you're judging someone, you're hating them. And we weren't put here to judge people. We were put here to love. The judgment is on God. It's not on us. It's not our problem. And when you take that off and you decide, it's not my problem, I don't have to judge them. They're not my problem. I don't have to worry about who they are as a person. I just have to love them for their flaws and all. It takes off a lot of stress. I'm telling you what. Be patient. You know the saying, love is patient, love is kind. If you're patient with people, you can't love without patience. You can't, if you want to stop hating people, be more patient. If people hurt you, try to restrain yourself and try to stop yourself from hurting them back. It's really easy when you're hurting to hurt people. There's a saying that says, hurt people, hurt people. And I hate that saying because I think it's ridiculous. It's true, but I think it's ridiculous. If you're hurting and you don't like that feeling, why would you want to put that on someone else? I'm sick and tired of seeing people that are hurting take their pain out on others. That is not acceptable behavior. And I'm sorry, if anybody that knows me knows I don't put up with that crap. And it's really important to stop treating people this way. I mean, we're all going through something. Everybody has a battle to fight. Everybody has something to deal with. I, for one, have a bunch of illnesses, a major one that I could wake up tomorrow and my organs could be failing and I could be dying, and I could sit and stew and freak out about that every day, but I don't, because guess what? It doesn't fix it. It doesn't make it better. And you know what? I'd rather spend my time taking care of people, loving people, and being happy. Another thing you can do is do acts of kindness, okay? This is another thing that is so true. It's beyond true. When I'm out there in the community and I'm doing a community service project where we're cleaning up somebody's yard, or I'm bringing bags of toys to kids in the hospital, or I'm doing the Christmas adoptions, and I'm not talking about I, as in myself. I'm talking about when a group of us are together just working to help. You can't help but smile. You can't help but be happy. Sometimes it's hard work. Yeah, okay. But when you're doing something for the good of somebody else, not expecting anything in return, just doing it because they need it or doing it because you care, it brings a kind of joy that you don't get any other way. Another way is get rid of envy, okay? I see this a lot. You see somebody who has more money than you, or has a better car than you, or has a better relationship than your relationship. Envying them. Envy makes people bitter and insecure. It makes them angry. It makes a person hate that other person because how dare you have a good marriage when my marriage is falling apart? How dare you have all that money and be able to afford a nice house when I'm sitting in here in a shack? Why do you get to have a nice fancy truck when you work in a job where you sit on your butt all day and I'm out doing hard labor? Envying somebody doesn't help you at all. It just makes you a competitor with everybody else. And when you're competing, you're not trying to work together. And working together is the key here, people. Sorry, I'm not trying to yell at you. So if you think I'm yelling, I'm sorry. I'm just pretty passionate about this issue because it's been on in my life a lot lately. And I'm trying to find my way through the mud and through all the crap and through all the shit talk. Sorry, but it's true. There's a lot of negative rumors about me and my family out there, and we've done nothing but help. We don't do anything except try to be there for people, try to give people a voice, try to help. And so in my heart, it's really hard. It's really easy to get mad and pissed off at these people who have nothing better to do than to talk crap. But I'm noticing lately, the more that I am positive and I stay quiet and I don't respond, the more positive I am, the more happy I am, the more focused on the good things that we're doing in our lives and with the people that we surround ourselves with, the more those negative people are falling into more and more of their despair, and others are realizing the difference there. We're having more people come and ask to be a part of our group. They want the joy that we have. They want they want to do good for the community, and it's a really inspiring thing to see. So yeah, be humble. It's a hard one, right? Being prideful is one of the main reasons people are hateful. So when you're prideful, you feel superior to others. You feel like you're always right. You're never wrong. Be humble. Be open to having a conversation. Be open to maybe your opinion isn't correct. Maybe what you think of that person over there who has an annoying habit, maybe that annoying habit to you is their way of coping with something. Maybe listen and hear what they have to say. Be open to being wrong. It's okay to be wrong. Nobody is right 100% of the time, Joel. Nobody is right 100% of the time, and that's okay. I mean, what do you get from being right all the time? Be forgiving. That's a hard one too, y'all. God forgave us. And he continues to forgive us for everything we do. He's forgiving us for being awful humans, and humans are awful. We are awful to each other. If you don't have forgiveness in your heart is heavy, and that weighs you down, and it can cause actual sickness. It can cause all kinds of crap. Your soul is like, it's like your soul is in a prison. When you can't forgive, your soul is stuck in this prison. And that's an awful feeling. When you let it go and you say, you know what? I don't care what they think. I'm okay with it. I'll forgive them. If they come to me later and they want to have a relationship, cool, that's fine. I'm okay with that. And you just let it go. It's a much lighter feeling. It's actually pretty cool. Be selfless. Loving is a series of selfless actions. You cannot do everything I just mentioned if you're selfish, okay? Because then you'll be doing acts of kindness, not just for doing it, but you'll be doing it to get recognition. You can't be kind or compassionate or humble, forgiving, if you're a self-centered person. Think about that. So stop focusing on your hurt, your anger, your pain, your hardships, or anything about you, and start focusing on other people. Start taking care of each other. Be spiritual. Now, the best way I can explain this is, if you're focusing on the physical and the physical life, physical things that are happening, and money and food and all this stuff, there are a lot of things you can't control, but you can control your spirituality, you can control your heart, and you can control your faith. And having faith in something is way better than having faith in nothing. And the last one for me is have faith in God. If you want to stop hating a friend or a partner or a stranger who is hurting you, pray for them, that their hearts and their minds will be healed, and that they will change their mind. Because you can't do it. No matter how much you defend yourself, no matter how much you say, no matter how much you try to fix it, you cannot. So those are my tips on how to. I got some comments. So I'm going to read a few comments, and then we can go to, I don't know if it's time for a break or not, but I'll read some comments and I'll get to doing some more painting while I talk. I just wanted to get those out there before we moved on. Happiness is there's so much in here. Hold on. Hi, Carl. Hi, Kaylin. Especially when you're only hearing one side of the story, misery loves company. Yes, I mean, a lot of the people that are spreading rumors about us, they don't even know what they're talking about, and they haven't taken the time to actually talk to us to find out if A, they're true, or B, if we are even that kind of human being. Anyone that's gotten to know us, gotten to talk to me, talk to my husband, or work with us with ECW, or hang out with us in any shape or form, usually learns that those, 99% of the time, learns that whatever's being jabbered out there is just somebody's hurt being twisted into a story to bring us down, and it's not actually the truth. Happiness is a choice. You burn calories when you smile. That is true. And maybe that's what's happening, because I have just recently, in the past 6 months, lost like 40 pounds, and I didn't even try. Maybe it's because I've been smiling a lot more. Stop yelling at me. Okay, sorry. Someone said, you and Joel are a blessing to this community, leading by example. Just what you do very well. Dropping in to say thanks for that, Faith. Keep it up. Oh, thank you. Whoever that was, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Being envious is not everything. Does not make you a better person. Those people that talk crap about your family are just a nobody. Thank you. Joel says, I don't get to hear the sounds he's making in the system, so he must be doing like some cool sound effects, which he likes to do. I actually did a bunch of those last night for the boys, and it was really fun because they were having such a blast looking at themselves on this monitor here. They were just so proud of themselves. It was the cutest thing ever. I had so much fun last night. because they were just the most joyful I've ever seen them. And I told them we have to keep this monitor because you could not watch them last night without smiling. It was the best. I just really, really, really enjoyed that. So yeah, I would like to talk more about this and get your guys' opinions on how you overcome hate, and if and maybe you're dealing with something that is really hard and somebody is making you feel less than, or somebody is putting you in the position that we've been in lately and you don't know how to deal with it. Send me some questions. I'm obviously not an expert. I'm learning this as I go, but I have noticed a difference in my life. Yeah, I still have hardships. I still get frustrated. I still whine to my people that I trust. And I still have those moments of why me? But when I get there, my husband reminds me, the people that love me remind me, hey, it's okay to be upset. It's okay to feel down. But if you're focusing on it, is it really helping? Because if you turn it around and you focus on helping others and being compassionate, and maybe realizing that you're not the only one dealing with these things, and you certainly don't have a right to put that on anybody else, it's a lightness that you don't feel any other way. It's changed my life completely, and I think it's changed my family's life. Truly, I do. So let's take a break, and when we come back, I'll do some more painting, and I do all this freehand. My friend Kaylin, the one I said hi to earlier, her and her mom actually taught me how to do this. I used to just paint landscapes and regular type painting, and then one year they were doing all these really cool signs, and I was like, oh, do you guys use the vinyl or the stencils like everybody else? And they're like, no. And they taught me how to do this freehand, and I've been doing it for years, and it's really relaxing. It's a lot of fun, and I'd love to show you guys some tips on that too. So yeah, let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk more about how you can overcome this hateful world and make at least your little world happy and loving and kind, and forget about the rest of it. So I'll see you in a few minutes.
Low on gas, I'm running late, all backed up on the interstate, but I found myself a 20 in the ashtray. My pants are fitting a little tight, but that cake was worth every bite, and Mama says God made me just right. It ain't perfect, but I believe that. Yeah, it's all about the way you see it, 'cause the grass is greener on my side. Got the sun shining down on me just right. Yeah, I have my share of problems, but I gotta say it's a good day to outside, spend a little borrowed time, soaking up and drinking in this good life. It ain't perfect, but I believe that. Yeah, it's all about the way you see it, 'cause the grass is greener on my side. Got the sun shining down on me just right. Yeah, I have my share of problems, but I gotta say it's a good day to have a good day. Yeah, good day to have a good day. Yeah. I ain't perfect, never gonna be, yeah. But I'll just keep on choosing to see that the grass is greener on my side. Got the sun shining down on me just right. Yeah, I have my share of problems, but I gotta say that the grass is greener on my side. Got the sun shining down on me just right. Yeah, I have my share of problems, but I gotta say it's a good day to have a good day. Yeah, good day to have a good day. Yeah, good day to have a good day. Yeah, good day to have a good day. Yeah.
Good work. Oh, hey! So I just was teasing Joel because he went back to a video real quick on accident. I make mistakes too, so we're still learning, you guys. But it's been a lot of fun. So I wanted to read some comments because a bunch of them didn't come in till the commercial. For some reason, they just glitched or something. So I'm gonna read some of those. Somebody said, if you don't let it go, then you lose your mind. That is so true, and that's what I'm trying to get at here, is you keep holding on to your own hurt, your own pain, and your assumption of who somebody is, and you end up hating them for no reason, or being angry with someone for no reason, and then expecting somebody to change who they are when you don't even really know who they are. And don't change who you are. Don't change for people. That's just not fair. They need to get over themselves of being envious of others. Be happy of what we all have. Life isn't always being selfish. Love the community regardless of their beliefs and personalities. Yes, it's true. You can love people even if they disagree with you. You can love people if no matter who they are or what they believe. It's funny because our world has gotten us so mad at each other just for maybe voting for the wrong person in somebody else's eyes or having a different political beliefs. But I truly, like I've said a million times, and I'll keep saying it, like Joel's thing that he says is love and respect. Mine is most people are good. Most people are good people. Most people in their hearts want to do good. And if you take the time to get to know them, you usually find that out. And if you do get to know someone that doesn't want to do good, just don't put them in your life. You don't have to surround yourself with hateful people. You don't have to surround yourself with people that make you miserable. You can love somebody from afar. I'm learning how to do that right now with some family members, some friends. If it makes you miserable to be around them, love them until it doesn't. And if it's making you miserable because of something that's wrong with you, then you got to fix that in yourself. If it's making you miserable because of something they're doing, talk to them about it, but do it with love and an open heart. Don't come at them with judgments and anger, because that doesn't get you anywhere. It just makes it more volatile. Somebody said, you're an amazing giver, best friend, amazing mama bear, and speak a lot of truth in what you said, girl. Oh, thank you. I think I know who said that. Thank you so much. Hi, Rhonda. Hi, Todd. Hopefully, I'm allowed to say your names because they were given to me. Usually, we don't always say names, but if they're given to me, I will say them. Someone said, meh, brush off the haters like a bad case of dandruff. You know, we all love ya. Thank you. That's wonderful. I love you too. And somebody said, and very strong, and that's coming from your bodyguard. I know who you are. Thank you. Love you. Kelly Dowling says hi. Hi, Kelly. Rhonda Craig says, love Brandy and Joel. They're awesome. You're so awesome. Wow, thank you guys. This is like really boosting my ego right now. So cool. We're all human. Those things will always be a part of our lives. We just don't let those negativity get to us. I think what you're saying is we're all human, and we all will have moments where we have to overcome things, and we have to choose to be compassionate, choose to be non-judgmental, choose to love instead of hate, and that's true. But if you're constantly trying to choose love, it brings such a brightness to your life, it's not even funny. People that are miserable in their own lives will do anything to project and bring down others when able to feel better about themselves, which is a small satisfaction that grows to a point where it's an addiction. They have to change and see light in others to reflect on them and want to change versus just try to be stuck in that groove. So lead by example for others. Somebody said that was wonderful about Jessie. I agree. She's amazing. And that's one of my favorite songs. And it was really cool because when she was here recording, she wasn't sure about doing it. And I told her, I was like, just do it because it's an awesome song. And she ended up doing it in like, she 1.5 takes. It was amazing. She was incredible. She's such a professional. I adore her. And she's so sweet. I mean, she literally, everybody is a friend she hasn't met yet, or that she has met, and she's incredible. I could not be more proud to know her and to have had her here, and I was able to have a really awesome conversation about God with her, and it was really cool to have that connection. Love isn't always sunshine and rainbows. It's a choice and can be hard at times. That's true. Love is not an emotion. Love is a choice. Love is a choice that you choose every day, and sometimes it's a really hard choice. And you can get to know Jessie more by watching the episode she's on. It's really cool because she talks a lot about how she chose to do what she's doing, and her life's ambitions, and her mottos, and how she lives her life. And I feel like she's so much a kindred spirit. I just really, really adored her. I want to get back to this comment where people said people are miserable. They will do anything in their life to project and bring other people down, and that's true. I've noticed that if you're insecure about yourself, or you're upset, somebody is hurting you, somebody's upsetting you, it's so much easier to project that and pick apart other people and bring other people down to your level. But what's better, instead of trying to bring people down to your level and have people miserable with you, why not choose to find the goodness in each person, especially those you spend your life with? Why would you want to find the negative in them? Choose to find the goodness in them. And when you do that, it reflects back on you, and they'll see the goodness in you, and it's just all around goodness. It's awesome. Joel says, love you, honey. Love you too. He says I do it at times. I don't know what he's saying about that, but he's amazing. He's taught me a lot. Joel's one of the reasons why I am who I am today, because we project. Yeah, so do I. But I mean, when your closest person, he's my person. So your closest person to you, it's really easy to project your anger off of them and get into a thing. But I mean, I can say after 14 years of marriage, Joel and I have grown up together. We have learned a lot from each other. We've grown up together. We've taught each other so much, and I've never been more proud to be his wife than today, right now. I've never been more proud. He is an incredible human being, and we are constantly striving to be better, and I've never felt better, more secure. And I think that when you're secure in your relationships, you're secure in who you are as a person, that comes off, and it shows in your life. in the life that you live. And I think that is so important. You know, choose to choose positivity, choose happiness, choose love, and that is what will come back at you. I firmly believe that. So I'm going to get back to painting because I just got told off about it. Anyways, so do you guys have any questions on how to do freehand painting? Does anybody else like to paint like this? What are things that you like to do that calm you down? What are things that in your life that make you supremely happy? I'd love to hear all that. Somebody said, show them the light through your heart and be there regardless if they're projecting onto you or others. Bring them the light to bring them out of the darkness. Even though the times you yourself are going through hard times or moments of those emotions, step back, breathe, and reflect, and be that light God wants us to be for others. I totally agree with that, except for one thing. You can be that light for somebody, and you can love them, and you can help them bring them out of the darkness, but that does not mean you are a punching bag, and you don't have to be a punching bag. There's a fine line there, you guys. Yes, if somebody is bringing you down and they're hurt and they're angry and it doesn't make any sense and it really has nothing to do with you, it has to do with them and what they're going through, yes, have an open heart. Try to be there for them. Love them. But you can love somebody and be there for somebody and still not allow them to mistreat you. So you can say, okay, you know what, I'm here for you and I want to help you and I want to be there and I love you, but you can't treat me like a punching bag. You're not allowed to put your crap on me. I will help you through this. I will love you. I will be there. But if you allow somebody to just beat you up emotionally, you're not valuing yourself. You need to put yourself, if you value yourself and you're secure in yourself, you don't allow people to treat you that way, no matter who they are. And it doesn't mean you don't love them. It doesn't mean that you're not willing to help them through it or be there for them. You can be there without being beat up yourself. And that's really important. And I've actually had to learn that this year. I used to allow people to dump all their emotional baggage on me. I used to allow them to beat me up to no end, and I'd still continue to be like, okay, I love you, I'm here for you, a hug, you know. And yeah, I'll still do that. I'll still love you. I'll still be there for you. But there's a line, and you don't get to treat me like crap just because you're going through a hard time. And I don't get to do that to somebody else either. And I have to remind myself of that sometimes, because there are times when I'm in pain. Well, I'm in pain all the time, but there's times when I'm in excessive pain and I project that out onto my family or onto the people I love, and I have to constantly tell myself, Brandy, it's not their fault you're hurting. It's not their fault that you're in this position. It's not their fault. Try to calm down and try to understand that from their point of view, this doesn't make any sense and it's not fair. And we can do that. We can control ourselves. It's really important. Somebody says, how do you start with freehand painting? Oh, okay. So the way I learned was I first would draw in pencil when I wanted to say. And then over time, I've learned by just doing it over and over again. So I'd write in pencil the words, and then I'd go with the paint and try to go around the pencil and try to make it. And then over time, I just practiced more and more and more different fonts. Like on this sign alone, I have 3 different fonts that I'm doing, which makes it really dynamic and cool and different colors. A lot of it is practice. And somebody said, Rhonda said, I love to paint. We should have a painting class. I've actually done one before for people through ECW, and I'd really like to do another couple this year. It's so funny because there's one kid that was in that class that anytime he sees me in town, and he's seen me several times since, but anytime he sees me in town, he's like, you're the lady who taught me how to paint. You're the lady that did the painting class. And that's really cool. So I would love to do another painting class. Somebody says, oh yeah, at the workshop, that would be great. That would be awesome, Rhonda. Value yourself enough to be selective about the people you have around you. Exactly. So you can be selective about who surrounds you. I personally, my husband for sure, our group even, we are very careful about who we have around us, and that's okay. That doesn't mean you're like, you're not good enough for me. No, it just means that those you put your time and energy into are those that are willing to do the same back. If you're putting all your time and love and energy into somebody and they're not willing to even open up or try to get to know you or do the same, you're just setting yourself up for failure. You're setting yourself up to be hurt. And you can love people from afar. It's not a bad thing. I have people in my life, like my father, and this is no secret. My dad hasn't been in my life in 9 years now, since I was pregnant with Riley. I've seen him a couple times since then, but it's always been a hurtful experience. It's always been a negative experience. And I walk away from it in pain and really hurt. And so the last thing I've said to him is, I love you and I'm here and I'm ready for a relationship when you are. Until then, I'm going to pray for you and I'm going to love you because you're my dad. And I'm going to continue to think of you and pray that your life is great. But I'm not going to put myself in a position to be extremely hurt by you. And that's okay. That's not a bad thing. Never be that punching bag if they are willing. Exactly. When Brandy is mad at me, she throws pickles at me. I don't think I've ever thrown a pickle at you, but okay. Rhonda really, really wants to do a painting class. Well, you know what? I do too. So let's do it. We'll set it up in the next month and we'll do it. It'll be fun. Somebody said I know, Kaylin. She's still painting and made a couple Harley Davidson signs for her work. That's awesome. Yay. I'm glad you're still painting because you're the one that, I was painting before, but you're the one that got me into doing this kind of painting and it's so much fun and I love it so much. So I'm really glad to hear that. And I miss you and I need you to come visit. Selective in your closest circles, be open to love everyone. I think I've said that too. Exactly. Those you spend your most quality time with need to be those that lift you up and love you back and don't pick apart your flaws and don't put you down. And you can still love other people. You can still be open to everyone. You can still help everyone and be there for everyone. And that's not a bad thing. It's not bad to say, you know what? I'm there for you. I love you and I'm open to a relationship with you. But until you are willing to not be beating me up emotionally, you're going to be on the outside of the trust a little bit, and that's okay. There's a trust circle, right? Someone said, can't wait for the spring till you can have another painting class. I think we don't have to even wait till the spring. I can do a painting class anytime. So that'll be awesome. What? Okay, Joel. I'm working on a canvas of a scenery and a bull elk. I'm halfway done. That's awesome. I'm so excited to see that. I can't wait to see that. I actually really want to I did this really cool painting for my husband's cousin. He's amazing. He's one of my favorite people. And he actually would come to the walks for lupus a lot. And he's so supportive. I don't think I've ever met anyone as supportive as him. And I made him this painting that it was a sign, but it started off with, like, you had the backdrop of this beautiful grassy scenery with all these trees and some water and a walking path and this couple on a bench, like a silhouette of a couple on a bench, and it was really cool. And my heaters just went off. But anyways, on top of that, I did this saying that he really, really liked and asked for, and it was really fun because every step of the way I was sending him pictures, and he got to be involved in it. But yes, I do paint for people. I do stuff that is, oh, hello. It just got really dark. We must have lost power, you guys. I'm not sure. I'll keep going, but I'm not sure if we're still going. I do paintings for people. I will, you could basically tell me anything you want. It could be any saying, any font, any size, any color, And because I freehand, I can do that, which is pretty cool. I hope that we're still going, but everything turned off.
You're still on camera.
Oh, cool! This is fun. It's like being in a scary movie, except there's nothing scary, hopefully. So somebody else said, I'm gonna try and come see you and have a girls' weekend this coming month. I need our girl time. Miss you. Yes. Okay, so those of you that don't know, Kaylin is one of my very best friends. I've known her. Oh, there we go. Hey, now I'll be warm again because it got really cold really quick. Kaylin is one of my very best friends. I met her when Joel was in Afghanistan. A friend of ours, Justin, I've known him as long as I've known Joel, introduced us, and we've been very close ever since. She's one of those people that has also taught me to be strong and to be willing to say no and willing to value myself more. I love that. I love that about her. She's amazing, and she's got the two most adorable little boys. And I can't wait till we have some time together because I need that. There are times when you need those people that bring you up and make you feel like yourself and feel good about yourself. And it's funny because when I met her, Joel was in Afghanistan, and I didn't even know this girl, and she immediately, we had that instant bond, that instant click that you don't really get very often. We've had that with Tony and a few other people in this world, but she immediately was very supportive of me. She was there for me in my darkest moments when Joel was overseas, and she didn't have to be. She didn't know me from Adam, but she got to know me, and she loves me, flaws and all. Doesn't matter if I annoy her, she still loves me. We've had our arguments, we've had our disagreements, but she is a beautiful human being. She's a passionate person, and those are the kinds of people that I like to surround myself with. Somebody said Brandy made me a beautiful reclaimed wood painting. I'm so glad you like it. If anybody ever wants one, just let me know. It's something I really enjoy doing, and I don't really charge that much. I kind of just charge what anybody thinks is fair, really, because I enjoy it so much. So if you ever want a painting, I'm your girl. Or if you ever want to learn, I'd be happy to teach one-on-one. I'm sure my buddy would love to help me do that whenever she's in town. She doesn't live here anymore, but yeah, that would be really cool. Somebody's working on a project for me, but they won't say. Ooh, I'm excited. Okay, so yeah, I was still on. I got comments saying, you're still on. Good, because I was still talking, so hopefully I was. It'd be really weird if I was talking to myself. I might need to check myself in somewhere. Lately I do feel like I'm losing my mind. Oh, hi Cole, that baby boy is so cute. This world has become... Kaylin has a beautiful soul and is an amazing woman. Yes, she is, and I have a feeling I know who said that. She is. She's the best. I couldn't ask for a better person to be somebody that I have that's close to me. I couldn't ask for a better person. Oh, cool. I'm excited to see that project. So anyways, as I'm working on this painting, the words of it are really clear to me. Love one another as I have loved you. We weren't put on this earth to fight, to argue, to judge, to hate. We were put here to love each other and to show God's love through that. We get a lot of heat for being a community-based nonprofit or community-based people. There are people in ministry that don't believe what we do as ministry, and to that I say, bah humbug. There's all different kinds of ministry out there, and I really truly believe that relationships with people are so important. We were able to touch people this Christmas by forming relationships first, showing them that we care, and then bringing them to Jesus because they trusted us. You can't just force something down somebody's throat. You can't. And I've done the other way. I've been on the other side of it. I've done the other way, and you know, that works for some people. It doesn't work for me. I am one of those people that I have to, I really truly need to build a relationship before I can even open myself up. And it's a beautiful thing when you are there for people, and you love them without expecting anything in return. It opens people's hearts. It opens people's minds up to you. And I can tell you, I've never in my life been so blessed than I am now. And that is because I focused on loving people and being there and serving. And yeah, there are times when I whine about it, okay? Because I get tired. And sometimes I feel like I'm not getting enough help. Sometimes I feel like I'm doing a lot, and that's not, obviously it's not true. It's just a feeling, right? Sometimes you need to vent, and that's okay. My advice to you is vent to those you trust, because others might take it wrong. And when you're venting, be clear that it's just a session to let it out. It's not because you're miserable. It's not because you want anything to change. It's just because you need to let it out. It's okay. It's okay to let it out, but just make sure you're doing it with someone you trust, because you can't trust everybody. My biggest thing today is, this whole year has been exhausting but so rewarding, and I wanted to share why. The painting is going good, you guys, whoever asked that. I'll show you in a minute what I've got so far. So basically I've got the base letters almost completely done, and then what I'll do is I'll go through and do a couple more layers to make them really pop, and then I'll outline them, and then I might put some cool little, like I'm thinking of putting some flowers around these little things here and some cool stuff. And you know what, I'll put a picture on the Facebook page when it's done so you guys can see it. But anyways, this year I've learned that when you step outside of yourself and you stop focusing on your problems, and you stop, thinking that you're the only one that's going through something, and you start being there for others, and you start trying to see what they're going through, you start trying to just be there without any expectations, no expectations except to love them and show them that you care. And if they accept you, fine. If they don't, it's okay too. Doing that has been so rewarding. It's been so, apparently this sound is for Kaylin. Joel wanted me to say that. It's been so rewarding, and I think that if we all focused on trying to make this world better. Now, when I say that we need to love everybody and their differences and stuff, that doesn't mean don't fight for what's right, okay? I'm a loudmouth, and people in town know this about me, and that's probably why I get some of the hate I do. But I do believe in fighting for what's right. And what's right is that, for one thing, when you live in a small town, I think the people that represent us should be open and willing to everybody, and not just people that believe the same as them. And I think that if you have somebody in office, and this is coming from me personally, not from me as any position I hold, when you have somebody in an office, especially in a small town where you actually have a say, okay? When you have somebody in office that is hateful and a bully and pushes their way into getting what they want instead of what the community wants, then it's okay to say, that's not all right. Let's fight that. Let's make it better. That's okay. Bullying people, threatening people into doing what you want, that is bullshit. And I'm sick and tired of seeing it. And you know what? It's okay to fight for your rights. It's okay to fight for what is good. It's okay to be justifiably angry and want a better world. And that's not a bad thing. What I'm saying is, when I say don't be fighting, is don't let other people dictate who your friends are. Don't let other people tell you who someone is. Learn who they are. And Tony taught me that. Learn who they are yourself. Stop letting others tell you what to think about someone else. Stop letting others dictate to you who somebody else is. You learn that yourself. And I think it's really important to remember that all people, well, not all people, most people are good. Give everybody a chance, even if you disagree. Give them a chance, and if you come at them with kindness and understanding and love and care and wanting to get to know them for who they are and being okay with their flaws and loving their flaws, you open up to much deeper relationships, much deeper friendships, and a different kind of love. And I think if we all did that, we would have such a brighter world. And I would love, I mean, I've seen that in a lot of the people I surround myself with. And it's really inspiring to see. I talked about our friend Brighton last week. She is such an inspiration. She's such a beautiful soul who loves deeply and loves everybody, and is not afraid to also say, I know I'm over time. I just want to finish what I'm saying. She's not afraid to say what's right and what's wrong, but she does it in a way that she's open to everyone, and I honestly see her as one of my inspirations. She inspires me every day. Seeing what she goes through and how she's willing to continue to love people and have a heart of a child, but the wisdom of somebody much brighter and much older than her years. It's inspiring. I think if we all try to be better every day, and we all strive to love deeper every day, and we start to stop looking at our own situation, what we're going through, and try to be there for others, it opens up your world. So I'd like to see that, and I'm so grateful for those of you in my life that have opened up those doors for me. So thank you. If you're somebody in my life that has taught me these lessons, know that it follows me everywhere I go, and I'm so thankful that God has brought you into my life and my family's life. And yeah, we can all learn from each other. And instead of jumping to the hate, jumping to the negativity, jumping to the flaws, let's start looking at the goodness in everyone and try to point that out. Like, you go to a stranger on the street and say, hey, you know what, I like your shoes, or you know what, you've got such a beautiful smile, you're so awesome, like, or Joel has sick dance moves, like, say something positive to somebody, especially when they're looking down and looking sad, and see the change in their face. And I'll tell you what, that is one of the most rewarding things ever. And I'm trying to finish this little letter so I can show you what I've got, and then we can be done. I just wanted to show you what I've got so far. And mind you, like, remember, I've got to add some layers, and then I've got to add some outlining. That's what I have so far. So I'll put some, like, stuff around these. Well, it's hard to do this backwards. Whoa. Woo! Okay, so I'll put some stuff around the love part and some other things and some outlines. But what do you guys think? Pretty cool so far, huh? Anyways, this was really fun. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. And I'm really grateful to all of you. I'm grateful that you're willing to listen to me jabber for a while. And I hope that we can keep learning from each other and keep the positivity up. And like, share, and subscribe to us, because that helps us get out there. And I think tonight was an important message, not because I said it, but because it's something I've learned, and I really wanted to share it. God loves you whether you love him or not, and I'd like to say that I love you whether you love me or not. And we have lots of merchandise. I'm going to start, we've been so busy with the nonprofit, but now that I'm taking a couple weeks to just chill, Obviously, I'll still be there if someone needs me. We're trying to get wood to some people, but I'm trying to chill a little bit. So I'm going to be working on painting, and I'm going to be working on creating merch for Backwoods Brothers, sorry, and myself. The Pissed Off Patriot line is going to be really big. I'm going to try to do something about overcoming hate. I'm going to create a line around that, and then we're going to have some other stuff going on there. So keep an eye out for merch, because there's going to be some really cool stuff coming up. And I'm so grateful. Thank you for being here, and like, share, subscribe, and again, thank you. And if you see me, or you see something out there about somebody, myself, or anybody else that's negative, do me a favor and take the time to get to know them first. Put the investment in, and you might be pleasantly surprised. And I will continue to work on that myself. And maybe together we can make this world a little bit brighter, and a little less hateful. Thank you very much, and we'll see you guys next time. Good night.